Hey folks, the February numbers are in. We have a few things to talk about that I know are going to interest you. I'm bringing this month's market report to you from our newest listing, 17 Southview Drive. You could check everything out at 17southview.ca. Great home, great lot. You'll love it. Check it out. So, what happened in February? What's going on with all these numbers? What is real estate gods telling us? Let's have a look. When we look at Market Watch, which covers the whole of the GTA area, we can see that when we talk about February this year versus February last year, sales are down 2.4%. That's what you're hearing broadcast in the media. But the average price is up 1.6%. It's not a lot, but you know what? Up, even if it's a little bit, is still better than down. When we take a closer look across all TREB and we compare it to the previous months, although from last year, February, we're up 1.6% as far as average prices go. We're actually up when we compare to January for 1 month, we're up 4.3%. So that's substantial more growth. It's also important to note though that January had it was a 12-month low for average prices across the Toronto Real Estate Board. When we take a look at Vaughan and we look at January to February, prices went up slightly 0.8%. Very important to know that again, prices are heading upwards. They did this last year from January, February, March, and they were going up, and we're starting to see that now. But also when we compare to February last year, again, prices are up. So year over year, they're up slightly, 0.9% from last year, and month over month, they're up. Let's take a closer look at detached homes. From January to February, across Vaughan, detached, the average home price went up by 4.9%. Sales went up 42%. So it's nice to see that the volume activity is starting to increase there. But I want to compare to last year. Month over month, yes, we went up in price. But when we compare February this year to February last year, average price went down slightly by 1.6%. It's not a reason to be alarmed. And sometimes when we look at the micro of the month over month, it's a bit of a roller coaster. 1 month we're up, 1 month we're down, but when we look at the overall trend, prices tend to be going upwards. One of the key factors as far as pricing is the months of inventory. And when we look at Vaughan and detached homes, we could see that in February, months of inventory dropped. They were 6.3 in January. In February, they went down to 5.2 months of inventory. 6.3 months, not so exciting. 5.2 is still not fantastic, but it's better. We've taken off 1 month of inventory. That's a big jump and more in line to what they've been through the course of 2018. I want to bring your attention to semis. Now, the average price of semi jumped from January to February 5.6%. And it's actually sitting at about as far as average prices go, about a 14-month high. Just to illustrate how that key factor, months of inventory, could help us to predict the direction of price. If you recall last month, I was talking months of inventory, and for semis, it was 1.9 months. And I was saying that that's pretty low. It's very much a seller's market when it comes to semis in Vaughan. And now we see that actually prices jumped up. And when we look at all the different home types, detached is still very much sitting in a balanced market. Semis is now at 1.8, was 1.9, so the pressure on the semis for prices is given even greater. And then, you know, townhouses and condos, very much still a seller's market. My report is at VaughanMarketReport.ca. I analyze all the Vaughan neighborhoods. I analyze all sorts of different trends there. Have a look. It's still, understand that it's just kind of an idea of what's going on in the market, but to really understand how it affects you, we need to have a chat. My contact details, they're either above or below. You could get them anywhere. Reach out to me, call me, text me, email, and we'll figure out what these numbers mean to you. Even if you're just curious as to maybe making a move, maybe not, it's better to have the information and then you decide what you want to do down the road. My name is Santo Sessa with 3 Max Premier. This was our Vaughan Market Report for February.